Dear Diary, today is the day when I finally graduate from law school. I honestly have to pinch myself in order to make this feel like reality. This journey has been one of the most challenging, but also the most rewarding of my life. But today is the day when I finally can call myself an LL.M graduate from US Law School.
We graduated! Woo!
I want to thank you all for being part of this journey and making me feel like a real-life Legally Blonde. I love you all. This right here is the proudest achievement of my life. Welcome to DC Diaries number 24. And this DC Diaries is dedicated to my graduation of GW Law School. So in this video, what you can expect, first I'm going to share a little bit of my journey in general, starting from Dutch high school to Dutch law school, Dutch master, my second degree, and then law school in the US and how I did all that. Then I'm going to share my grades and my GPA in the US because a lot of you guys have been asking about that, if I wanted to share my grades. And after that, the real vlog starts because I'm first going to show you my dean's reception, which was the day before my graduation ceremony, and then the real graduation ceremony with all the regalia and stuff like that, which isn't a tradition in the Netherlands. If you're only interested in the vlog part of this video, you can skip through this, but if you're interested in how I was able to study in the Netherlands and then graduate in the US, then keep watching. So I'm first going to start off with discussing my journey when it comes to school and education. So when I was 18, I graduated from Dutch high school. 18 is the normal age to be graduating from high school in the Netherlands, and I quickly want to explain a little bit about the Dutch high school system to all my international and non-Dutch people watching this video. In the last year of elementary school, we have to take an exam in the Netherlands, which is called the CITO-toets, and the score in that exam determines what kind of high school education you can do. And then our high school education lasts between 4 to 6 years. 6 years is for the highest level of high school, and that means that after that you can go immediately into university. If you do a lower level of high school, you have to go to a university of applied science first, and then you can either go to university after getting your propedeutiek exam, propedeutiek diploma, propeduise, in your first year of the University of Applied Science, or if you finish the whole University of Applied Science and then you can do a master, like transitional program, master schakelprogramma, and then you can do a master at the university. Sorry for all my Dutchies that already know how this works. Anyway, I personally did the highest level of high school, and not only that, I did gymnasium. I went to a gymnasium-only school. We didn't have VWO, and a lot of you also have been asking about my course pack, what I chose. I did culture and society, which means cultuur en maatschappij, which is considered the lowest level or the easiest level that you could do. It's fine if you want to do law school. Also, last thing, my average grade in high school was a 7, which is not really good, but it's also not bad. It's kind of average. So after I graduated high school, I wanted to go to the University of Groningen because I fell in love with the city and because it was also considered a pretty good university for law. Also, for all my internationals, we don't really have an LSAT as in the US to go into law school. In general, our law schools don't have any test, any requirement to get into law school. However, I was the only year at the University of Groningen that actually had a type of LSAT to get in. And we had 600 students and I ended up being number 4, which is quite crazy. Anyway, so when I started my law school journey, I started with my bachelor's. This is kind of similar to undergrad in the US. However, if you go to undergrad or to college in the US, you still have quite a broad education, various courses. While in the Netherlands, already after high school, you immediately choose your specialization, so you can immediately choose to go into law school. So that's why we are 18 generally when we go into law school, rather than already being like around 26 like in the US. But in the end, it will give you the same qualifications. You can both become a lawyer with either degrees. So when I started my LL.B in the Netherlands, I chose to do Dutch law. That was my specialization. I finished my propedeutics diploma, I think it's called, my propedeuse, in 1 year, and my general grade was an 8.9, which is very high. And funny enough, I ended up being number 4 of the law school of that year, just like my entry exam, which is crazy to me how good that entry exam was. After I finished my 3 years of my LL.B, of my Bachelor in Laws, I graduated with an 8.0 out of 10. Unfortunately not with cum laude, because I failed one exam. It was Criminal Procedure 3 that I failed. The board didn't want to make an exception for me, even though there were like personal circumstances involved. But an 8.0 is still good. I also did honors college, so I graduated from honors college as well. After that, I decided to go a little bit into a different direction, because I realized that I wasn't really interested in practicing law, but more interested in the research side. So that's why I chose to apply for the research master. Now, in general, every master's in law only lasts 1 year. That's the same in the Netherlands or in the US, in every country. However, the master that I chose, because it was focused on research, took 2 years. It was also quite a difficult master to get in, but fortunately enough, they accepted me, I got in, so I was very happy about that. And then also I decided to start with a second bachelor's degree, a Bachelor of Arts degree in philosophy of a specific scientific field. This was a 1-year bachelor. If you would finish it, would also give you the possibility of doing a philosophical master's degree. So that was my plan, and I was doing both of them at the same time. During my first year of my master's and my second bachelor, I decided that I wanted to study abroad in the US. Why I chose the US was because the US has a completely different legal system. In the Netherlands, we have a code, the codex, and we have a civil system, while in the US, you have a common law system. So it's a completely different experience, and I thought it would be helpful for my research if I was more familiar with also the American system, if I wanted to do any international or comparative research later on in my career. So why I chose GW, the University of George Washington, specifically was not because I did so much research, but because my University of Groningen had relations, like an exchange program with GW. So that meant that I didn't have to pay tuition for my first semester there. It would just be easier to do all the documentation and things like that. So that's why I chose GW. So after months of waiting after my application, I fortunately got in, they accepted me. That would mean that in between finishing my second year of my master's degree in the Netherlands and also my bachelor's degree for philosophy in the Netherlands, I would do an exchange program of 5 months, so 1 semester in the US. However, after 2 months of studying at GW in the US, I realized that I didn't want to go back to the Netherlands, that I wanted to have more time in the US, and that I wanted to try to finish the whole master's degree, so the whole American LL.M. That would be the general LL.M. So I had to apply again, and fortunately enough, again I got accepted. That meant that I would spend another semester in the US finishing a whole master's degree. That's what happened. Obviously, you can see it in the back. I got my master's degree. After that, I realized that I didn't necessarily want to go back to the Netherlands. So currently, you could say that I graduated from one of my master's degree, but I still have a master's degree and a bachelor's degree back in the Netherlands. And a lot of you guys have been asking if I'm going to go back to the Netherlands to finish those degrees or not. Personally, right now, I don't know. For sure this year I'm going to stay in the US because I'm working on starting my own business here. But I don't know how that's going to go. Maybe I'm going to miss being a Dutch student and I want to go back after a year, then I'll go. And maybe not, and then I'll stay. I have a time frame of 5 years to finish my degrees in the Netherlands, so that's why I also have this option, this luxury actually, to take a break from studying, you could say, while still having all my results that I have currently still being valid if I graduate within 5 years. So that's why I'm giving myself this time to think about it. I still have time to decide. So that's kind of my journey. And then also a question that I got is, can I be a lawyer in the US with a bachelor's degree in the Netherlands and a master's degree in the US? Yes. In order to be a lawyer in the US, you need a JD, which is a Juris Doctor. That degree takes 3 years after college. So for all my Europeans, I guess, that have a bachelor and master's degree, after your bachelor's degree, people in the US do a Juris Doctor, which you can compare to kind of a master's degree that takes 3 years. That's why a lot of American students are way older than we are when we graduate. But in the end, the LL.M gives you the same credentials to take a bar exam, which is needed to become a lawyer, as a Juris Doctor or JD degree. The only thing, obviously, is when you finish the JD, is that you have way more knowledge than if you just finished an LL.M, which is only 1 year. But in the end, the credentials are the same and you can both become a lawyer in the US. And to apply for an LL.M, the only thing that you need is an LLB. It doesn't matter where in the world it is. If you have a bachelor in laws, you can apply for an LL.M anywhere. I'm not saying you get accepted, but you know, you can apply anywhere. In the Netherlands it works a little bit different. We need a Dutch law degree to be a lawyer. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think so. And then you need to work 3 years as a lawyer stagiaire, it's called, lawyer intern, advocaat stagiaire, while taking multiple exams, not just one bar exam. And after that, you are officially a lawyer. So that's a way longer process than in the US. And it's more focused on practical skills because you're already a lawyer for 3 years, rather than just like one exam that you're studying for. Right now, I'm going to talk about my grades and my GPA. So I'm first going to share with you the grades that I had this semester. I'm pretty sure that I told you all my grades of my previous semester in my previous DC Diaries. So yeah, I'll link that one if I can find which one it is in the description box and somewhere here. But this semester, in my last semester, I had 5 courses. I had International Human Rights Law, I had Constitutional Law 2, I had Domestic Violence Law, I had Graduate Independent Legal Writing with my professor for International Human Rights Law, and I also had Legislative Analysis and Drafting. So 5 classes. And my grades were, for International Human Rights Law, I got an A-. For Constitutional Law 2, I got a B+. For Legislative Analysis and Drafting, I got a B+. For Domestic Violence, I got a B. And for Graduate Independent Legal Writing, I got an A. So most of them are like A, B. That's what I got. And then my GPA ended up being a 3.52. Unfortunately, it was not high enough for honors. If I wanted honors, I needed 3.67. And actually, my first semester, I had 3.65. So it was super close to graduating with honors. But this semester, the courses that I took were just way more difficult and also less in my field of interest. A lot of the courses were very US law related, especially state law related, which I obviously as an international student don't know a lot about. So I struggled more with the courses this semester than previous semester. Right now it's finally time to get into the actual vlog part of this DC Diaries, because I'm going to show you my dean's reception and then my graduation ceremony. So yeah, let's get into it.
So we are graduating.
Yeah, we graduated finally. Even it's a little bit ugly, my GPA, I mean.
No, it's fine. We're graduated and we are now going to the
reception.
Dean's reception, and tomorrow is the actual law graduation ceremony.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's party!
For 68 years, and he said, son, I want to tell you something. If you are to give a speech and there's food in the room, speak for only 2 minutes. If there's also booze in the room, try not to speak at all.
Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to a new DC Diaries. And if you're wondering why I look like this, that's because today I'm going to graduate from law school. Woo! I am so excited, and there my tassel goes. I'm going to take you with me on this very special day in my life, probably one of my most special days I've ever lived. The graduation is going to be on the National Mall in DC, which is pretty cool, and I'm wearing like the full regalia and everything. And in the Netherlands, this is not really a tradition when you graduate from uni, so this makes the experience for me even cooler. So yeah, I'm super excited. I'm not quite sure how this vlog is going to turn out because, you know, like, it's kind of hectic, crazy, graduating, whatever. But I'm going to try to vlog as much as I can and, you know, show you the whole experience. But I'm just so happy to be finally graduated from law school. I passed all of my exams, and yeah, just happy to be done. So yeah. I'm going to go now because we're first going to the university ceremony that starts at 8:30. Oh my god. And then later I have the law school diploma ceremony. So yeah, let's go. So yeah, just quickly gonna show you my outfit of the day. Just kidding. I am wearing a very pretty dress under this, but you'll see that in a bit. But I kinda dig the toga regalia look. I think it looks pretty cool. And I also do-it-yourself this hat because it was so ugly, and I actually added like a hairband to it, and now it looks way better.
Used to be so happy, but without you here, I feel so low.
Oh my god, this is so funny. Do you hear the music that is just playing? This is this song my professor in my very first law class in the Netherlands always played during the break, and now they're playing this song at my graduation day. This is such crazy coincidence. Oh my god, I hated this jazz song because it was always playing during our break in law school. Crazy. Guys, that's the end of this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. It was definitely a very informative video, so I hope it was helpful for any of you considering doing the same thing as me. And if not, I still hope it was interesting to watch. Please give this video a thumbs up because that would mean a lot to me, and then more people will see this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel because that would mean a lot to me. I don't have anything else to say. I hope you're all doing very well, and I'll talk to you later. Bye guys.